Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the NXT Ring Report. On the NXT Ring Report, what a phenomenal NXT it was, as it was a steel cage match between the Colossus, Bronson Reed challenging Johnny Gargano, the leader of the way for the NXT North American Championship. Could the Colossus emerge the new NXT champion, NXT North American champion, or did Johnny Gargano find ways and find tricks to find himself into keeping his championship? We'll get to that. Also, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, made an appearance on NXT, and Ted DiBiase tried to get the best out of you know who. Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes. Yeah, Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase, and this $1 Million warfare going on, $1 Million war words. We'll get to that. And also a lot of action as well, as Sherritt, forgot her name right here. She was in action. I forgot who she was. Also, Hit Row. You know Hit Row. You know this guy right here, Top Dollar, AJ Francis from A&E's WWE Most Wanted Treasures, appeared and made his debut. And what an impressive debut he made earlier tonight. We'll get to that. And we'll get to hot topics as well. On hot topics, we talk about what's going on with the Miz. Miz suffering an injury. We'll get to what's going on with the Miz. And also, could Kenny Omega and Andrade finally have the match that everyone's been waiting to see? We'll get to that. And is Raw and SmackDown going to have new sets coming soon? Wow. I know Raw and SmackDown going to be a little bit, off the charts. But you know how that go. So let's get started with the Pro Wrestling Show after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. The Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Predict the Outcome. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Thanks you for joining us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling Here on Connect, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is what they say. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Get a little bit tongue tied, but you know what I said. Join us in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling and join in the conversation. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. As we talk about the NXT Ring Report tonight, NXT was flared with action, excitement, and a lot of bit of comedy. A little bit. Let's get started with Toni Storm. Not this Toni Storm right there. Toni Storm was in action. I forgot this girl name. She's an upcoming star. And many of you might know who she is. Let us know. Toni Storm being oppressive, a former NXT UK Women's Champion, looking to build herself in the ranks in the NXT Women's Division. We know the Women's Championship is held by Raquel Gonzalez, the Women's Champion. But Toni Storm and this other girl, Avery Starks, I think. Yeah, they was in the match. Good, decent match from both women. Both women left it in the ring and stuff. Toni Storm delivering the elbow drop, as you can see right here. Even doing a German suplex right here, delivering a German suplex. And she got the 1-2-3. Toni Storm emerging herself victorious up in the ranks, being cold, calculated, and nasty. That's what you have to do in order to make it in the WWE, starting in NXT. So good, good victory for Toni Storm on her road to becoming the NXT Women's Champion someday. Also, the so-called NXT's richest man, Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes. Yeah, I like saying Cameron Grimes. I can tell you this about Cameron Grimes. When he first started, you can tell he ain't had no personality. But coming into NXT, he has more personality than many people wouldn't even thought he had that was left in him. So I credit WWE for giving him personality. He can wrestle, but he needs some personality, and he is really improving with personality. I can give WWE that with building up people with charisma. Cameron Grimes got confirmed to be on NXT with Jake Atlas, with Stephanie McMahon was on there. So Jake Atlas issued a challenge and wanted to fight Cameron Grimes one on one. Cameron Grimes took him upon his offer, and the two met in the ring with Cameron Grimes still trying to keep up the Ted DiBiase's name. I know Jake Atlas said something about Ted DiBiase was coming, so he had to shut him up. Cameron Grimes went against Jake Atlas in a physical matchup. Even Cameron Grimes delivering a knee strike. And you can see right here, Jay Atlas doing a suplex on Cameron Grimes, German suplex. Like I said, NXT is again is really the best wrestling in the world when it comes to athleticism and charisma. So Jay Atlas got to work on his charisma. Cameron Grimes got it. If you told me Cameron Grimes gonna be just like this, a version of Ted DiBiase, I wouldn't believe you. But Cameron Grimes heard the music of the Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase, got distracted by DiBiase. DiBiase came out there laughing with his old chagrin. DiBiase making a statement. The Million Dollar Man is. Cameron Grimes did try to embarrass Ted DiBiase with his epic fails throughout WWE history. With Jake the Snake Roberts and a lot of other people. Well, Ted DiBiase got the last laugh, as you know, I recall, helping Jake Atlas win over Million Dollar Man. Like, Cameron Grimes, like, what is going on? Ted DiBiase. And then he said it again. He loves saying Ted DiBiase's name when he gets mad at DiBiase. And DiBiase gave him more advice and told him, kid, come on. And he just pulled out and left. One thing about Ted DiBiase knows how to, keep his stuff together. I know that when his business acumen and stuff tends to it so with DiBiase. So next week, Cameron Grimes will him and Ted DiBiase will have $1 million face off. I don't know what that could be. Just like them talking. I don't know if it's gonna be a match or what's gonna happen. Or DiBiase gonna bring a representative into this match. But I know one of his sons, they used to wrestle, but they don't wrestle no more. So I don't know. DiBiase got old now. But if you said about 30 years ago, and Ted DiBiase would have been up for it. But Cameron Grimes wasn't even born yet. So Ted DiBiase will wrestle a baby. Who knows? But next week, $1 million face off between Cameron Grimes and the $1 million Man, Ted DiBiase. What $1 million face off that's going to be. Also, in singles action, we have Alexander Wolf goes against got that dude name. I know he's a brute. But they had a good spare match. They used to be tag team partners way back when. But the Drake Maverick's friend, I like to say that, was in the match. He won. All of a sudden, his Imperium buddies goes and attacks him. Yes, they attacked him for losing the match. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. What's going to go down with that, with the Imperium and stuff. So we just have to wait and see and find out what's going to go down with that. Also, in another tag team action, La Familia, I like to say called La Familia, El Tasma, his family was in the action. His henchmen against the team of Tip um um Tice what Champa and Thatcher. Champa and Thatcher was in action. You can see right here we after the show that we showing images that you can tell it was blood, so they don't want to show blood. You see right here another thing when they both deliver double ankle locks on both of them, trying to make them tap out. And you see right here, I like to call him DJ Z. DJ Z when he gets Chopper. DJ Z tried to put his effort. Even Raul Mendoza tried to get into the fun and got got caught in his trouble. Tell right here, clothesline city by Ciampa on both La Familia members. Both La Familia members did a double drop kick, good for the aerial assault. Well, it's cruiserweights and stuff. Then another move right here, just DJZ suplex Ciampa. Ciampa tried to get the upper hand right here, but the Ciampa, I think, for or the Grizzly Young Vets got involved and cost Ciampa and Thatcher their win. You see Ciampa and Thatcher putting Ciampa and you're not La Familia putting the finishing touches on Ciampa and got the 1-2-3 over Ciampa with the help of the Grizzly Young Veterans. Grizzly Young Veterans, you can tell this is far from over. Tell from a long shot from that. Also, Aaliyah was in action against NXT's new acquisition, Saraya. Yeah, say that Saraya. Aaliyah trying to it says somebody close to me said that Aaliyah might have got a new face or something, a new nose. So who knows about that? But Aaliyah trying to make Saraya look good. Saraya, who could be the next Io Shirai or Oscar, did those strikes, those little educated feet strikes. Even delivered a German little back suplex and got the win. So Shirai looking impressive in her match, building herself up too to be a former women's champion someday. Also, you know the team that we've been talking about that the internet's been raving about is Hit Row. Swerve new group as Hit Row. Ashanti and Top Dollar was in action, tag team action against cruiserweights. Forgot those cruiserweights' name. They don't matter. So they matter, but they just you kind of forget their name. But you know the top group they trying to build and promote. Top Dollar with an impressive move right here. You know he's the host of A&E's Most Wanted Treasures on WWE. If you collecting WWE memorabilia across the nation, Top Dollar looking impressive. Even Ashanti looking impressive with that drop kick right here. Leonard Dracker Ashanti must be the who he was in cruiserweights, but now he's trying to deliver a drop kick and Top Dollar with those powerhouse moves right here. He delivered a fire miscarry into a slam, a suplex, and got the 1-2-3. And one thing I would say about Hit Bro looking to make a statement one way or another with that statement with Top Dollar and Ashanti. And look out. And I think um, Bronson, whoever won the North American title, Swerve saying he's going to keep a very close eye on who won the match. And speaking of that, let's get to the main event. Let's get to the main event right quick. You see right here this amazing graphic. Bronson Reed challenging Bronson Reed the Colossus challenging Johnny Gargano to lead the way for the North American title. Like I said, this is a great graphic. You would think Bronson Reed would be the villain and John Gargano be the hero, but it's vice versa. But let's get into the steel cage inside a solid 15-foot high steel cage. Right here, John Gargano trying to do work as Austin Theory was at ringside, watching closely attention to help his friend John Gargano retain his North American title. Bronson Reed had to pull all the stops. Reed even tried to, try to escape the cage. John Gargano even tried to escape the cage. But you see right here, Reed right here, getting tossed over like a sunset flip into a power bomb outside the cage. Even Austin Theory tried to help his mentor out by pulling through the cage like a tug of war between him and Bronson Reed. But it just got worse than that as Bronson Reed took Austin Theory out. He powerbombed John Guerrero through the mat, and he delivered another big splash, reminiscent of Yokozuna and Bam Bam Bigelow with the splash. I thought John Guerrero broke his ribs on his back. Bronson Reed added the finishing touches, even doing this splash right here, splashing John Garro with the mighty Colossus splash, got the 1, 2, 3, and became the new, and I mean new, NXT North American champion. Congratulations in order to Bronson Reed making history. Bronson Reed now the 8th man to hold the NXT North American Championship. What an impressive night it was for Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed accomplishing his dreams, becoming the new North American champion, and he's going to have challenges awaiting. Swerve Scott saying that he wants to shine the title as he established Hit Row. So, congratulations in order to Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed did the impossible. So, congratulations to Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, Australian born, now North American champion. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Let's quickly move over to Hot Topics. On Hot Topics right now this week, we heard, well, we can tell you this, that The Miz had suffered a torn AC. Miz, who was in his match at WrestleMania Backlash, suffered a torn ACL during his match against Damian Priest. Well, we don't know the severity of the injury. All we know that we hope The Miz gets better, and we just see how it go. I guess he got eaten by zombies. A lot of people like to talk about the zombies that The Miz had got eaten by. So who knows what The Miz's next move is? Who knows? So hopefully it won't be it'll be better. But if sometimes they say it was worse, it's like 4 to 6 weeks, depending on about torn ACL. Also, we see right here, Kenny Omega will defend his Mexican world title against Andrade. Andrade, coming off being released from WWE, now sets his sights on the Mega Triple A champion, Kenny Omega. If you know, Mega Triple A championship is Mexican. So Kenny Omega defending the title. Kenny Omega becoming the belt collector, winning all titles, including the Triple A championship, the AEW championship, the Impact championship. So Kenny Omega trying to collect belts as he go. So we'll see what's gonna be going down with Kenny Omega soon. So let's see. Also, we heard reports that Raw WWE is gonna be, once the pandemic comes to an end, WWE wants to bring fans back in attendance, and so they want to do it with new sets for Raw and SmackDown. So, like I said, with Raw and SmackDown, just keep the sets you had. Just keep it like that. But I guess they got to change it. Maybe wasting money, and I would just keep the sets I got. Be like, hey, we just making a relaunch and reboot. Sets ain't gonna make the difference. A lot of people saying that you got to work on their compelling storytelling. They know that. They know that. So no, you don't need to be adding new sets. Just keep the sets as is, as you once had before, and leave it like that. You ain't got to make new sets. Somebody had to talk to them like, no, we don't need to make new sets. We need to just keep them like it is and be done with. We just need to focus on concentrating on the wrestling side, the wrestling operations. All right. And finally, we see right here, number one contender for the AEW Women's title, Dr. Britt Baker, called out AEW's free agent, Jade Cargill, and they had a war of worlds on Twitter. So I don't know what's going on with that. If Britt Baker wins the women's title, she need to be a little bit more careful, because if Jade Cargill is watching, paying attention, you know how Jade Cargill gets. She ain't gonna forget. So if she didn't forget about Brandon, look what Brandon now. Brandon on the shelf. I mean Brandon Rose. She's on the shelf, ready to expect her first child. So you know how that goes. So hey, be careful, Britt, if you win the women's title. So all right, that ends the NXT Ring Report and Hot Topics. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow night for AEW Ring Report here on the same night. Thank you all here watching. same night, same network. So for me being Kitchen Dick saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow night for AEW Ring Report. See you later.